Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. So Noteplan 3 or Noteplan in general, is an application that a lot of people are familiar with, especially those using Macs and iPhones, because this used to be an only iOS device. Right now, I am actually on my Windows computer, and I am on the web version of Noteplan. So basically, the way this application has worked previously is that it wants you to combine tasks, calendar abilities, and note taking in one. So it wants to do it all. It is a great tool for a Zettelkasten system, but it is also an amazing tool for uh, Para and building a second brain. As you can see, the app, when you first log in, actually comes with these default Para folders. So uh, it shows that Para can be used inside of here. But as you can see, you have your calendar to the right, you can have your tasks here, and you can drag your tasks into your calendar. And it wants to combine everything, basically. That's what it is trying to do for you. And you can see that it does like calendar blocking here as well. Um, and a lot of people have loved this application. I have also loved this application, and it comes with a 14-day free trial. But one of the reasons why I haven't used this application is simply because it has only been available on Mac and on iOS. And even though I have both an iPhone and a Mac, I also have a Windows computer and we use Windows at work, and I need my notes to be accessible at work. But as you can see, even the web version here is more tailored towards Mac users, because it uses like Command J, Command Shift F to search, which should mean that Control Shift F should open it up. It doesn't work actually. Let's try again. Control Shift F. So tailored more towards tailored more towards the Mac, even on the web version. But this is like in its really early stage. And we are going to go over the first impression of this. So, as I said, more tailored towards Mac, even on the web version. And I've seen a lot of these iOS devices or iOS softwares actually trying to make version for the web as well, and even for Windows. Craft, for example, did that. Lazy, which is a newer one, actually also dedicated some time to create a web version. And this is one of the better ones I've seen, even at an early stage. Like, we have checklists, we have tasks. So this is a test task, and I could actually drag this onto my calendar. I actually can do that and just drag it here. So it actually works quite well. Let's see if things like backlinking works, and it actually does backlinking here as well. So a lot of the same features that you would get in the app on the Mac. Let's go ahead and create a test note. Let's do backslash. Let's actually start by adding a heading. So test. And it does all of these things quite well. And you could go ahead and you could type here and you could link different things together. Let's do it like this. Let's link different things together. And let's see if I can try the search one more time to just see that the keyboard shortcut does not work, and it still doesn't. Uh, but you could click here and just get the search and the command bar. So here to search and click here to get the command bar. So you could do it in that way. When it comes to settings, there aren't a lot of things you can change here. So I can't turn this into light mode, for example, it has to be the dark mode version. I do get my calendar notes, both the daily and the weekly one. So I get both of those. I get the tags and the mentions here as well. So nothing lost there. The major like thing that is missing is the settings, as I can see personally. Um, that is like the major feature that is missing. Apart from that, it feels really, really good. Let me see if I can change the days, and I can actually go ahead and change the days here. So most of the features that you had in the app actually works on the web version as well. You can see your linked references, so that is quite good. You can click on the backlinks and it opens up here as well. A lot of applications actually, when you click on the link, they open up in a new tab, which isn't what you want. So that is also really good. Just in general, it feels quite good for being a new web version, that it's so early in its development. But the application in general, especially on the Mac and the iPhone, is a really beautiful, well-designed application. I have tried it a bit. It saves your files locally as markdown files as well. So if you're into that and that is really important to you to own your own files, this allows you to actually do that as well. They are sort of hidden. You have to actually go and find them, but it is possible to find, and there are a lot of great YouTube videos and even a tutorial on their blog as well. But they have or they store your files locally on the Mac and the iPhone, which is great. And the web version actually feels a lot better than I expected when I initially opened it up to make this first impressions video. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as this. I expected you to have to give up a lot of features, but you have the main ones, and the main features inside of this application is actually the ability to like drag things into your calendar to make tasks and to actually drag tasks into your calendar. And as you can see, as I drag these into my calendar, they actually get a time here as well. So if you look at the after that tasks, you can see that it gets a time as I drag things, and I can go ahead and I can actually drag it back. Does that work? I can actually drag it back as well, like this. So really cool features, and it feels really easy to use, really intuitive to use. If you've used any calendar or note-taking applications before, this is actually really good. However, if you don't have a Mac and you don't have an iPhone, I would say that if you don't have a Mac, you could have an iPhone and it still wouldn't be worth it. I still think that even though the application is really good and the web version is quite good as well, I still think that you need a Mac, and the web version is just like for you as an option to uh, look at your notes, for example, at work, if you use a Windows PC at work, or if you have multiple different computers like I do. You have one Mac and you have one Windows computer, you can actually access those notes on the Windows version as well, but um, it isn't as good as having the Mac app. It just isn't. So I would still say that you need a Mac, but if they continue to develop this, like this is an amazing start for a beta application or a beta web version. So if they continue to develop this, it won't be long until this is like a fully functional version of Noteplan, or at least close to fully functional version of Noteplan, which means that you don't necessarily need a Mac. I know that a lot of people have Windows computers and iPhones, and this would be a great option. So it is worth like following the development of this. But in general, especially if you have a Mac and an iPhone, this is a great option if you just want everything in one place. So that was it for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.